All right, welcome back to the journey. Thank you for being a part of the journey, and don't forget to share the journey. So it doesn't look like it, but we got 2.5 inches of snow last night. It is now 48 degrees. It was in the 50s a minute ago when the clouds weren't covering the sun. And so everything melted, and everything is a mucky, muddy mess. You can see the water there on the driveway, the puddles there. So I went to town, I did some shopping, and I'm going to upload this video for tomorrow, which will be Friday, because I believe today is Thursday. Since I don't have videos edited, and I thought I was getting the tracked excavator. It's actually booked out for over 2 weeks, so I won't get it this weekend. I'll get it the following weekend, possibly, if it's returned. Then, if not, it'd be the following weekend. So while I went to town, I went to the butcher's. I got a box of bones for the dogs. So you can see the dogs are all happy, chewing up their bones that I got them. And for those of you that don't follow cryptocurrency, Bitcoin broke $9,000 today. And then it retraced, but I pulled out some more profits. So with my profits, I went to Brady's, which I think is back here in the back. And I talked about a pond liner. So I got to get measurements. I'm going to get a pond liner. But I went ahead. They got a new shipment of clover in that I showed you guys before. And I went ahead and bought their whole stash. So it's, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 containers at $14 a pop. So this is supposed to cover 1,000 square feet. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this clover while it's wet, and I'm going to scatter it all throughout here in between the U's, around the outside of the U's. I'm going to scatter it in here. I'm going to throw some in the pig pen. I'm going to throw some up behind the pond, because whatever I can get to germinate, I need to get germinating. A, to help with erosion. B, to hold moisture in. And C, food for the animals. So, got Mr. Max down there hanging out. Let's see. Yeah, he hit all his bones right there. So that's one thing I got done today. Was I went ahead and invested in seed. And then I picked up some of these tees. These big black wrought iron tees that I'll flip around and bolt onto the gateway. And these are damn expensive, but my neighbor recommended it. And I'll walk down to the gate and I'll show you it in a bit. And then I think it was either Cody's Labs or Corey's Labs, something like that. It popped up on YouTube. I don't watch YouTube channels except Boss of the Swamp and crypto ones, because I'm following crypto, because that's what I'm investing in. That's where I make my money in. But I think it's Cody's Labs. Popped up and said something about planting trees, fruit trees and rocks that survived. And what they did was he mixed this in water in 5-gallon buckets and then threw these at the bottom of the hole. So with snow melt and rain, it gets down in the soil. The crystals absorb the water and then slowly release it to the trees. So I went ahead. Home Depot only had 3 of them. They were like $10 a bag. And for, let's see, where's that? 1-gallon pot, you use 2 teaspoons. So this should go a long ways. I'm, of course, going to put a lot more than that in the holes for the trees. I wish I would have found that video prior to planting all the nut trees that I did here in the U. But that's what I'm going to have to do. And then these are the corners. And you can see it says $14.98. It's actually $17.99 now. This one had a sticker on it, so they honored this yesterday, or 2 days ago when I went to town. And so I didn't have to spend the $17.99 on each corner. I only pay $14.98 a corner. But between those and the screws were expensive. And then you got to buy these things separate. These are what makes it look good. So these are the nuts that the screw goes inside to make it look good. So of course they make the most money they can. They sell everything separate, so you got to pay everything. And this is like 12 or 14 bucks for 8 of these. And look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes there. And then this was like 30 bucks for a box of 50. And of course 5 screws there. So it adds up really quick. But before I shake this clover out, let me go ahead. I'll take you down here and I'll show you the progress that I made on the gates. I will have a Sunday, Monday vlog coming out this week since I won't have the excavator. And as soon as I can get everything together, I'll go ahead and start editing videos. I also picked this up 2 days ago. This was 750 bucks. So I invested in this rake, and I'll show you why down in the pig pen. And then I bought 4 more spools of tie wire for the fencing. I bought my pretty gates that had the wire mesh in the front. I've got more of these because I've got to come over some, and then I'm going to have gates there. And the dogs hear somebody driving down the road. So before you can even see somebody on the road, they go bonkers. So they're a good alert system. But I went ahead, I got the chain link gate put on here. So that will go in. And then stupidly, I dug a hole there, put that pole in, and I didn't have the gates. And then I realized I don't want gates blocking each other. So that gate actually has to go over there. So I need to dig a hole here, fill this one in, and move the pole over. And there's the vehicle driving by. So like I said, the dogs hear everything before I can see it or before I can hear it. And then the black wrought iron look, so you can see that's just regular. And then that's with the black wrought iron. So I think it looks a lot better. My neighbor had a good idea. Like I said, it's expensive, but it is what it is. It looks a lot better. So I'm going to put a T on there because I'm going to take a beam across, connect it to the T here, connect it to this pole. I'll put a black T on there, and then it will come over to this pole. And then from this pole, I'll come over to section this, and then I'll have an open gate with no header board above this gate, because if I need a concrete truck or something to come in, this is only like 10 and a half, 11 feet tall. So I want to make sure I can get bigger trucks in. So I'm just going to leave this as regular gates with just a pole on each side. So that's that. And then I bought the rake because you can see the pigs have tilled and tilled and tilled. And I have all this rock in here. So I'm going to use that rake. I'm going to rake all this rock down there into that ditch that's been washed out. And then I'll try to cover it with some dirt. And then I'm going to start working on fencing for the pigs to divide it into 2 sections. And that's for multiple reasons. One is so I can split up the mothers and the babies when the mothers have babies. And here comes Mr. Miracle. And the other reason is for half the year, I'm going to put seed on one side, let it grow up, and then let the pigs in the fall so they can till and everything like that. And then the next year, I'll do it on the other side so the seeds absorb some of the droppings and manure, and it will mix with the mulch. You can see I had a big pile of mulch here. It's already breaking down into soil. And I put some down in this area with the hay, and you can see it just breaks up and breaks up. So like I said, in 10 years, I should have really good soil. And then the stop, Miracle. I don't want to love on you right now. This fence that you see dividing the pig pen is actually going to come over to, if I don't break my neck on these rocks, the shipping container, because the back room is going to be the pig's room on the shipping container. And then all this fence is going to get pushed back off of this pole to the outside property line. Once I find it, will be the 6-foot no climb fence. And then this will be pushed in 12 feet from the 6-foot no climb fence, so the animals can go around. And then that fence will come in 12 feet, and the animals can go down, around, and up over the mountain, and so on and so forth. So that's all the projects I got going on now. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get the clover put in so I can get that project done. And then I'm going to get out here with the tees and at least put part of the tee on this one and on the back side. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do today, because like I said, I mean, look at this. It is just mucky and muddy everywhere you walk. That's why I got my muck boots on. And that's pretty much it. The auger, the pieces are still in shipping. The tractor tire that I blew, they were able to put an inner tube in. Only cost me $36 or $38 for that. And then I ordered a new tire and rim for the front, which is $160, $150. And that will be coming in too. And then here's just everybody hanging out in their area. We got a little Nestor right there, and Daria with the white stripe, and Delma. It's a beautiful Delma. And we got baby boy over there, and everybody's just enjoying the hay that I bought, because they're starting to strip the hillside on their side. Not as bad as the pigs, but they're starting to. So I went ahead and got a thing of hay for the goats and a thing of hay for the pigs, and everybody is a happy camper right now. So hope everybody's having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.